Hello there. This is a teaching on inventory valuation. Now, when we say inventory valuation, it literally covers how do you value your inventory within your organization. And we'll be mentioning the fact that there are three main methods of valuing inventory. And these are the first in, first out method, the last in, first out, the average cost. First in, first out, just as the name implies, is that the first set of inventory that came into your hands and the first set of inventory that will be going out of your hands to the production centers or that you will be selling. So you will then find that if they ask you in this question to value the inventory that you issued on the 23rd of March, 300 units. Using the first in, first out method of inventory valuation, it will mean that I am trying to identify what are the first 300 sets of inventory that I received and how much did it cost me. If that is the case, it then means that the first set of inventory that I received will be the 5th of March, 100 units. So I will pick up the 100 units and the cost, £400. The next set is another 100 units, which cost me £1,000. And then we have, on the 19th of March, you bought and received 200 units, which cost you 1,200. So you will see at that point, you now have 400 units. I am looking for the cost of the first 300 units I have in my stores. So I will pick up 100 and 100 on the 5th and on the 12th, and only 100 from the 19th of March to make up my 300 units. And the cost I will pick up as I have it from the table above. And on the 19th of March, you will see you bought £1,200 worth of inventory and you bought 200 units. And that cost me £6 each. I am taking half of this 100 units from this bracket. That will be £600. So altogether, the value of the units I issued on the 23rd of March will cost me £2,000 using the first in, first out inventory valuation method. And then we have the closing inventory on the 23rd of March. The closing inventory, you'll see you took 100 units from that bracket and there's 100 units left. And we said it was £600 that it cost us. Then you received again 300 units on the 27th of March. I'm just throwing that in there, literally. On the 30th of March, we issued out 200 units. So it is now your task to find the value of the 200 units that you issued out on the 30th of March. Remember, the first in, first out. You have to then ask yourself, what inventory do I have remaining in my hands right now? As of the 30th, I want to look for the oldest one and start working down from the oldest inventory I have in my hands. And that will mean that I will pick up from the closing inventory on the 23rd, which was coming through from the 19th of March, 100 units. I will use those ones first, and then I will pick another 100 units from the inventory that I received on the 27th of March. So I have another 100 units coming through from that bracket. I take that 100, that will give me the 200 units that I have issued out on the 30th of March. The 100 units cost us £600. You have there 1860, which you spent and paid in buying 300 units. So I find the cost of one and multiply by 100. So you'll have at the bottom there 1860 divided by 300 times 100 units, which is what we bought, and then we issued out 100 out of the 300 units. It gives me £620, which I throw in there, and I then get the total. That will be the cost of the issue on the 30th of March. Then, of course, we then have to look for what is the closing inventory on the 30th of March. Remember, the only items I have now are the items I bought on the 27th of March. So I've issued 100 units from this bracket. I have another 200 units remaining. So I throw my 200 units in there. And what did it cost me for 200? I still find the cost of 1. Then I multiply by 200 in this case. 1860 divided by 300 times 200 will give me 1240. That will tell me the cost of the closing inventory of 200 units. I hope this has been useful. The rest of it is practice ongoing, first in, first out. We have a series of teachings on the inventory valuation. So you will have the last in, first out on a different session, and you will have the average cost on a different session. Okay then, I hope it's been useful. The rest of it is practice ongoing. Please like us, follow us, connect with us on all the social media platforms, and if you found this video useful, please subscribe. Adios. Bye bye.